Welcome back everybody to day 2 of COD Week, and today for you we have a fan favorite and a classic, World at War. And if you do not know what COD Week is, it's every day of this week, and exclusively for this week I'm going to be showcasing all the Call of Duties from the past Call of Duties and talking about what I like about it and what I thought was dumb, really good, and etc, etc. And today we have World at War on the map Castle using the MP40, playing one of my most favorite game modes, War. And I've talked about War and how they should bring it back as a DLC game mode in Black Ops 2, because War was one of my favorite game modes in World at War. The idea of it was awesome. Essentially you had a flag in the middle that you had to capture, then 2 flags in the middle opposite ends, and then 2 flags on the opposite ends. And it was just a fun game mode overall, but I'm not going to be talking too much about War, but I am going to be talking about World at War and what I like about it. I'm going to be talking about the multiplayer, talk about the guns, the maps, the kill streaks, and last, the zombies. So first, let's talk about the multiplayer. So the multiplayer was really simple, but it was really well constructed. A lot of people really did like the multiplayer feel for World at War, even though of its simplicity. Once again, just like Call of Duty 4, you only had 3 kill streaks: a recon plane, an artillery strike, and dogs, a 3, 5, and 7 kill streak. And me personally, I really like the dogs better than the helicopter from Call of Duty 4, but that's just my opinion. But once again, it's the same setup, the same feel, the same kill streaks. The guns, on the other hand, are a completely different story. The guns, you have more bolt action guns because it's taken place in World War II. There weren't an abundant amount of full auto guns. I know I'm using the MP40, but there were a lot of bolt action guns, so a lot of people used, I can't name the guns off the top of my head because I don't remember World at War guns that well because I didn't really play it too well. But this was actually the first Call of Duty I did lay eyes on, but I didn't even know there was a multiplayer for Call of Duty. I'll be talking about that later too. But the guns, they were really fun, they were really good, but there weren't a lot of good guns that everyone could use. The MP40 was kind of an OP gun. It was really good, but in my opinion, I don't think of it as OP rather than just a really good gun. Another gun that I really did love was the PPSH. Now let's talk about the maps real fast. I know we're shifting gears kind of fast, but I don't have a lot of time because I got 10 minutes to talk about just World at War, and I can talk about World at War for days. So let's talk about the maps. Once again, the maps, they're not too special. Again, it's taking place in World War II, so that means a lot of the maps, they were kind of World War II related, and that's kind of understandable. I mean, a World War II game, you'd think you would have World War II maps, and that's what World at War really did bring. But Castle is a different story. Castle is one of my most favorite maps here on World at War. In my opinion, okay, you may see a battle take place on a map like this, but in my opinion, I don't think you would see a battle or a war take place on Castle. You got all sorts of awesome Chinese architecture. You got the cherry blossom trees. You know, I got a thing for cherry blossom, like in Black Ops 2, the cherry blossom camo. I just love the cherry blossoms. If you can see in the distance right there, those cherry blossom trees, I think that adds just a little icing on the cake to the map. It just looks so pretty. The colors, yeah, there's a lot of trees, there's a lot of palm trees and grassiness, but there's also a lot of red, some pink from the cherry blossom trees, so that makes the map really do stand out. And then you got the sunrise Japanese flags. So really, I wasn't too disappointed with the maps from World at War because it was understandable of why they had to make them not so pretty looking. I mean, it's World War II. They're not going to make a nuke town or something like that in a World War II based environment. And the perks for the multiplayer, there was so many, there was abundance, but once again, a lot of people chose Juggernaut because they want to have that extra boost in health. And I don't think there's second chance. I could be wrong, but really I used the main focus. I think there's stopping power, but I used the main perks. I think there's stopping power. I think there's marathon. I don't know the guns and perks off the top of my head. Look at me go off. Oh, there's another thing, the flamethrower. If you saw that guy using the flamethrower was also a nice added feature. Again, brought in World War II. It was a weapon used in World War II, so they brought it into the game and made it work. Granted, there's a 15 kill streak. I'm not the best at World at War, but I can go on a pretty good streak here on Castle because the game mode War really does work out for Castle. A lot of the World at War maps do work out well for War because, well, obviously it begun here, World at War, the game mode, so obviously they did have to make it work, and here I'm running low on ammo, but it's alright. I think I can go on a 20 kill streak and then die. The Magnum is one of my favorite sidearms, and the MP40 is probably one of my most favorite weapons here in the multiplayer. So just a quick little talk about the multiplayer. Now let's talk about zombies. I picture World at War, like when I first think of World at War, I think of it as simplicity with zombies, because zombies were first showcased here in World at War, and I don't think, well, me personally and a lot of other people that played World at War didn't think that zombies were going to be so big, be such a big part of the Call of Duty series that Treyarch makes. I mean, the zombies for Call of Duty was so revolutionary, no one saw anything like it. At least in my opinion, no one saw anything like zombies, and the concept of it was so good. And I remember way back in 2009, I think after Modern Warfare 2 came out, someone once told me that tell anybody why they are keeping World at War, and everyone will tell you it's because of zombies. And I kind of believed it, because zombies, they were so fun. Nactor and Toten was the very first map for zombies. And that map I've spent so many hours, so many times playing, and that was my first experience with a Call of Duty, was on that map playing zombies. I didn't even know there was multiplayer for a Call of Duty. I just thought it was just zombies and that was it. And I played countless hours on Actor and Toten. Not too much on the DLC maps. Maybe Darius, I keep on to say Darius, but on Darius and Actor and Toten, I really did spend. What is this guy doing? Is he trying to trick shot in World at War? Get out of here. But in Actor and Toten and Darius, they were some of the best maps in World at War for zombies. I spent many hours. The perks, the guns, the concept, the rounds. No one has seen anything like it. That's why I think they like zombies a lot. They then carried over to Black Ops 1, which I will talk about when COD Week, which is day 4? Yeah, it's day 4, which is Thursday. I'll talk more about Black Ops 1 zombies and Black Ops 2 zombies. Let's focus more on World at War zombies. So the zombies, when it first began, it was something simple. You had a little, it was even a room in campaign. Yeah, it was in campaign, and then they converted it into a zombies map. It was like in a Japanese mission, and they converted it into a zombies map. You can tell that really they didn't spend too much time, which, I mean, who would expect that they would have made such a blockbuster hit game that was just a little add-on to a Call of Duty, just a little icing on the cake. And really, I think that's what made World at War so awesome, and what made people want to buy the map packs, because still to this day, I think, well, Black Ops 1, they had a map pack deal where they had all the other World at War maps, but I think beforehand, people were still buying the map packs just for zombies. I have never played the World at War DLC multiplayer maps, because I don't really want to buy the maps, because I already got all the World at War zombie maps on my Black Ops 1 disc. And really that's, I think, why a lot of people kept World at War, why a lot of people bought the map packs, because really you're getting the map packs, yes, woohoo, yay, but you're also getting a new zombies map. And you know that new zombies map has to be good, because first off, they're just making one zombies map. They're not making 4 zombies map. And then they gotta add maybe they add one more new gun. They usually do that with the new zombies map and game modes. They add one more gun, and then they add a little bit of perks. The second map pack, the second World at War DLC map pack for World at War actually added the 4 perks: Juggernaut, double tap, sleight of hand, and quick revive. How could I forget quick revive? They actually added the perks to the game, and I'm running out of time, so I'm gonna quickly wrap up World at War. So they added those 4 perks, and then they added more perks over time and time. And really, zombies just was so revolutionary for the Call of Duty series, specifically for Treyarch games. I don't know why Infinity Ward hasn't stepped up the game to try to compare against zombies. They're trying Spec Ops, yeah, woohoo, but really nothing can compare to zombies. That's why I really like Treyarch games, including World at War, Black Ops 1, and Black Ops 2, because of the zombies. So that's day 2 of COD Week. Come back tomorrow for Modern Warfare 3 for COD Week day 3. My name is WaCK, and I am signing off for tonight.
child, don't let it go to your head. I'm just a waste of your time, maybe I'm better off dead. You turned us loose in the night, like fucking Jekyll and Hyde. We'll have the time of